We're back with Chapter 12 of The Ghosts of Tupelo Landing. This chapter is called A Secret Uncovered. We pedaled, frantic as bats on a rising moon. "Hurry!" Dale panted as we swerved onto the inn's drive and bounced down the path, Queen Elizabeth galloping behind us. We jumped off our bikes and landed on our feet, running across the lawn as the bikes spiraled to the earth behind us. The inn's windows stared at us, blank and empty. "Oh, at least nobody's looking at us this time," Dale said, glancing at the upstairs windows. "Stop looking. She'll feel it and know we're here," I said. "Right," he said, squinting up at the window. "I said, don't look," I told him. "Where'd you leave your sweatshirt?" "On the piano." "The one that slammed shut by ghost hands?" "You know, Dale, I've never actually taken something from a ghost. I'm not sure how they feel about that. As a people, I mean." He frowned. "Maybe you should let her have it," I said. "It does get cold when she's around. It could be a good deed." He shook his head. "I promised Mama I'd bring it back." Dale's a mama's boy through and through. Of course, with the daddy he's got, what choice does he have? He pushed the front door open. "Hello? Anybody home?" He peeked inside. "There it is," he whispered. "I hope she hasn't been wearing it." He looked around the room. "Not that there's anything wrong with you having nice things," he said louder. He turned to me. "I'll sneak in and grab it. You wait out here with Queen Elizabeth. But if I scream, come and get me." "Wait out here?" Joy surged through me. "If anything happens, I'll save you," I said, hoping I wouldn't run the other way instead. He flexed his knees like he stood on the free throw line. Then he tiptoed in, every muscle set to run. "Don't look at the stairs," I whispered, "or touch the piano keys, and don't—" He snagged the sweatshirt, wheeled, and sprinted toward me. "Did you see her?" I demanded, slamming the door behind him. "No," he said, "but I feel her staring at us. Let's go." I grabbed my bike. If we went the long way, it would be pitch dark before we made it to the cafe. "A shortcut," I said, looking at Red Baker's path. He gulped. "Stay close," he told Queen Elizabeth. "No trash talking to Red's dogs. You ain't as big as you think." We barreled across the meadow and onto the path, our tires crunching across a carpet of leaves. Near Red Baker's place, Dale hopped off his bike and waved toward the ground in the universally recognized signal for dismount and slink. He swore softly as he peered across the yard. "Mr. Red's outside," he whispered. "Somebody's with him." A man's harsh voice shoved through the silence. "They'll never make it," he said. A man stepped into the light. "Flick Crenshaw." Flick spit in the grass. "That inn will bleed them dry. That wingnut and the old biddy." Mr. Red scowled. "Watch your mouth. I've known Lacey Thornton all my life." Flick shrugged. "Have it your way." He got in his red sports car. It roared to life and sped toward us. "The bikes!" We yanked them into the bushes as Flick tore past, headed for the inn's driveway. The engine sound faded away. "Let's get out of here," Dale whispered. He stepped back and a twig snapped. Red Baker wheeled to face us. "Who's over there?" he demanded, picking up a swing blade. We froze. "Detective Joestar, come out where I can see you." He took a step toward us. "I know you're there. Show yourself." His front door squeaked. "Stew's ready, Gramps," a familiar voice said. "Is Flick staying? I made enough for all of us." "Hush!" Mr. Red's gaze patrolled the edge of his yard. Behind us, a fox squirrel scampered along a tree limb and sprang to the ground. Dale grabbed Liz and clamped his hand over her muzzle. Red stared at the squirrel, his face relaxing, and then turned toward the house. "Keep your shirt on, boy. I'm coming. You nagged me worse than your mama ever did," he said, and headed for the house. I bent the sassafras branch down. A dark-haired boy slouched, tall and lanky, in the doorway. Mr. Red clomped up the crooked cinder-block steps and across the porch. The boy at the door turned into the light. "Crenshaw. Harm Crenshaw," I whispered. "He's Red Baker's grandson." And that is the end of chapter 12.